Uh, Hello friend, welcome to e-lecture of vector space. And in last lecture we have seen what is meant by the vector space, and we also have seen the examples of vector space. Now we'll see the next thing, subspace. What is meant by the subspace? Like in group theory, we know that if G is a group, then a non-empty subset H is said to be subgroup of G if H itself forms a group under same operation G. Okay, or we have some subgroup test also. If A and B are the members of H, that is subset of G, then AB inverse is again member of H. So like similar way we will go for subspace. If V is a vector space over F and a non-empty subset W, which is subset of V, then W is a subspace of V if W itself forms a vector space under the same operation of V. Or we have equivalently say this thing, we have if we take two members of W and two scalars from F, then their linear combination, that is alpha W1 plus beta W2, is again member of W. If this holds, then we say that W is a vector space. So this is very simple test, you can say, to check whether W is a subspace of V or not. We have to consider two elements of W and two scalars, and we have to check that whether this linear combination is again in W or not, that is alpha W1 plus beta W2, whether this is member of W. If it holds, then W is a subspace of V. Next definition is homomorphism. Like group homomorphism, we know that if G and G star are two groups and then phi is mapping from G to G star, then phi is said to be homomorphism if phi of AB is equal to phi of A into phi of B in G. Now we have two operations in V. So we'll see what is homomorphism is defined, how homomorphism is defined. If U and V are vector spaces over F, then the mapping T of U into V is said to be homomorphism if first image of U1 plus U2 is same as image of U1 plus image of U2, and image of alpha times alpha U1, alpha is scalar, is equal to alpha of U1 T, alpha times image of U1. If this holds, then we say that T is a vector space homomorphism of from U to V. For all U1 belongs to U2, these are the members of domain U, and alpha is a F, where U and V are vector space over same field F. Okay, so keep in mind that the fields are same for the both domain and codomain. These are the vector space over same field. Okay, if in addition, if T is a 1-1, that is injective, then we call it as isomorphism. And the kernel of T, a similar thing we have in group theory, kernel of homomorphism. For group, it is nothing but all the collection of all the elements of domain such that whose images are 0. So here kernel of T is again defined as elements of all collection of all elements of domain such that its image is 0, where 0 is what? 0 is the identity element in the V, that is codomain. Okay, now the next result we will prove the kernel of homomorphism is a subspace. Kernel of homomorphism is what? Collection of all the elements of domain such that its image is 0, or identity element in codomain. Let U and V are vector spaces over F, and the mapping T of U into V is a homomorphism. It is given that it is homomorphism. So we are required to show that the set kernel of T is a subspace, and kernel of T is nothing but the collection of all the elements of domain such that its image is 0, and we have to show that it is a subspace of U. To show subspace, what we have to consider? We have to consider two elements of this kernel of T, and we have to show that its linear combination is again member of kernel of T. So we have to show some elements is member of kernel of T, we have to show that its image is 0. Okay. Let u1 and u2 are the members of kernel of T, and so u1 and u2 are the members of kernel of T, and alpha and beta are f. Then by the definition of homomorphism, we have if we have considered the elements of u. Okay, alpha u1 plus beta u2 of image of u, and by homomorphism it is nothing but image of alpha u1 plus image of beta u2, and again by homomorphism it is nothing but alpha times image of u1 plus beta times image of u2, and u1 and u2 are the members of kernel of T, so this its image is 0. So alpha times 0, and again u2 is member of kernel of T, so its image is 0, beta times 0, so 0 plus 0 is again 0. So we have shown that kernel T of their linear combination is again 0, that means this linear combination is member of kernel of T. So we have shown that kernel of T is subspace of V, that is U, that is kernel is a subspace of domain. Okay. Next we will see that intersection of two subspace is a subspace. Similar result we have in group theory, that intersection of two subgroup is again a subgroup. So we will show intersection. So let u and v are the vector space over F, and the mapping T of u into v is a homomorphism. Also let u1 and u2 are subspaces of u. We have considered two subspaces of u, and we have to show that u1 intersection u2 is again a subspace. So we are required to show it is subspace of u. So let consider two elements of u1 intersection u2, where alpha and beta are field members. Okay. So these are the members of u1 intersection u2. That means what? This is member of u1 as well as this is member of u2, and it is given that u1 and u2 are subspace. So since u1 is subspace of u and u1 u2 are elements of u1, alpha beta belongs to F, implies that their linear combination is again in u1. Why? Because u1 is subspace. Alpha u1 plus beta u2 plus, belongs to u1. Similar argument for u2. Since u2 is a subspace and these are members of u2 again, so its linear combination is again in u2. So a linear combination belongs to u1 as well as it is belongs to u2. That means their linear combination belongs to their intersection. Okay, u1 intersection u2. So we have considered two elements of their intersection, and we have shown that its linear combination is in their intersection. This means what? That intersection u1 intersection u2 is subspace of u. Okay. Next we'll prove the lemma. If V is a vector space over F, and then we have to prove that 1 into 0 is equal to 0 for all alpha belongs to F. Keep in mind, there is the 0 is not our real number. This is additive identity in V. So alpha into additive identity in V is equal to same, that additive identity 0. Okay. Second is alpha 0 is equal to 0 for alpha belongs to 0. 0 is again additive identity in V. And minus times alpha into V is equal to minus of alpha V for alpha belongs to F and V belongs to V. And if alpha is non-zero, then alpha V equal to 0 says that V is equal to 0. Okay, if we have a product of is composite alpha into V is equal to 0 implies alpha V equal to 0. So we'll see first property. We'll see the proof of first. We know that alpha 0 plus 0 is equal to alpha 0. Why? Because 0 is additive identity in V, and this alpha 0 we gives alpha 0, and we can write 0 as alpha 0 plus 0. Okay, and by using the property of vector space, this is nothing but alpha 0 plus alpha 0, and by left cancellation law we got alpha 0 is equal to alpha 0. So we have shown the first property, alpha 0 equal to alpha 0. The second property, alpha 0 plus 0 is equal to alpha 0. Why? Because 0 is same again additive identity in V. So, and we can write 0 as 0 plus 0. Yes, and by vector space property we have 0V plus 0V. So by left cancellation law we got 0 v equal to 0. And the third property says that 0 equal to we have to prove third property. For that we have considered 0 equal to 0 from second property. Okay, and 0 we can write alpha minus alpha, and by vector space property we got this, and hence third property, and hence the fourth property. Okay, so thank you.